An NYPD officer shot after a barricaded suspect fires at police. Welcome to the Noon and Bianca Peters. One shooting happened while officers were executing a search warrant on the Lower East Side, and according to officials, the suspect fired 3 rounds at officers. Fox 5's Lisa Evers is live on the scene right now. Lisa, what's the very latest on this?
Well, Bianca, it was a terrifying morning for residents here at the Vladeck houses on the Lower East Side, just off Grant Street, when a suspect wanted on a gun charge was barricaded inside an apartment here for nearly 3 hours and then started shooting at police. Now, it turns out he was already on parole on previous gun charges. Now, it all happened right here in this complex, about 2 buildings in there. An NYPD Emergency Service Unit detective was with the team as they approached the door. He was shot in his arm as he and other officers tried to serve a search warrant on a man who was inside an apartment in the NYCHA houses here, NYCHA's Vladeck houses. When they knocked on the door about 5 this morning, the suspect opened fire on them through the door. The officers were not hit at that point and did not return fire. Now, the standoff lasted about 3.5 hours when the suspect started shooting again and struck the detective in his arm. Now, here's local assembly member who residents called for help.
There was a lot of screaming and yelling and emotions. Like I said, out here, you have a whole court of people, right, who were out here. There was a lot of emotions, a lot of neighbors who knew him. His sibling was out here.
Now, just a short time ago, Mayor Adams as well as NYPD Commissioner Tisch were at Bellevue Hospital where the officer was taken. Here's what they had to say.
An officer was shot this morning on the Lower East Side. Officer was shot in the upper arm in the line of duty while executing a search warrant for a gun.
The suspect, 35-year-old Edwin Rivera, is a career criminal, a convicted felon with multiple priors for gun possession and narcotics. He has been on parole 4 times, and he is actually on parole today. And I want to be very clear that today is not the only time that Mr. Rivera has been arrested while out on his current parole.
Now, the detectives from the ESU, that's the Emergency Service Unit, of which the detective who was shot is a member of, they typically handle these barricade and hostage type situations, and usually when it involves the most dangerous of these suspects. Now, incredibly, despite the fact that they faced fire from this suspect twice, the officers did not return fire. We're live at the Vladeck houses on the Lower East Side. I'm Lisa Evers. Bianca, back to you in the studio.
All right, Lisa, appreciate the update on that story there.